Hello, friends. So, today I want to share with you a radical idea, at first a little unnerving, but when you get it and you truly get it and experience it, then you are liberated in the field of all possibilities into the superposition of infinite possibilities of experience. So, this is what I'm going to say to you. While everybody says be conscious of what you're doing, be aware of what you're doing, be in the present moment, all very good advice, here's something you should reflect on. You as a person are never conscious, nor is any other sentient being. All sentient beings, including you as a person and me as a person, are experiences in consciousness. We are experiences in consciousness. Only consciousness is conscious, and you are that. Tattvamasi. So let's unravel this a little bit. What it is, or who, or what possesses consciousness. This has, of course, perplexed a lot of philosophers, scientists, and spiritual seekers for centuries. And at the heart of this inquiry lies a profound realization that consciousness itself is the only entity that is truly conscious. I'll repeat that. Consciousness itself is the only entity that is truly conscious. Sentient beings, including you and me as humans, are not conscious in and of themselves, but they are expressions or experiences within consciousness. So let's explore the implications of this perspective, dismantling the illusion of individuality, fixed individuality, and affirming the unity between self and consciousness. So most people live with the assumption that they are conscious beings, distinct from others and separate from the world around them. So I'm separate from you, I'm separate from that screen in the back, I'm separate from that door, and I'm separate with all that is around me. And this belief stems from identifying with the body, mind, and personal narrative, a collection of thoughts, memories, emotions, and sensory experiences. However, upon deeper reflection, one begins to see that these elements are not inherently conscious. A thought is not conscious, a memory is not conscious, sensory experiences are not conscious, right? For example, thoughts arise and fade away without any effort on our part, and they are observed rather than generated by an individual self. In other words, you as a person are not generating thoughts or sensations or perceptions. In fact, the combination of these sensations, perception, and thoughts is what defines you as a person. So sensory perceptions occur spontaneously. They're experienced but not actively created by us. The idea I am conscious is itself a thought arising within consciousness. Once again, the idea that I am conscious is itself a thought arising within consciousness. The idea that I am conscious is itself a thought arising within consciousness. It is not the person who is conscious, but consciousness itself that is aware of the person as an experience. In this sense, sentient beings are not conscious entities. They are phenomena appearing in consciousness. The body-mind complex is merely a vessel through which consciousness expresses itself. If we strip away all layers of identification, body, mind, personality, we arrive at a startling truth. Only consciousness is conscious. Only conscious. It does not belong to anyone or anything. It simply is. Consciousness is not confined to individual beings, but is universal and boundless. Universal, God, matrix. It is the substratum upon which all experiences arise and dissolve. So once you understand this, you will understand that the true self or Atman is identical to Brahman, the infinite consciousness that underlies all existence. Similarly, Buddhism emphasizes the illusory nature of the self and points to awareness as the fundamental entity beyond personal identity. When we recognize that we are not separate beings, but rather expressions within consciousness, a profound shift occurs. The boundaries between self and other dissolve, revealing an entangled, interconnected unity. You're not a person experiencing consciousness, you're consciousness experiencing a person. Understanding that sentient beings are experiences in consciousness, then rather than independent entities, has transformative implications for how we view ourselves and others. First, it fosters compassion and empathy. If all beings are manifestations within the same field of consciousness, then harming another is akin to harming oneself. The recognition of shared essence dissolves barriers created by egoic identification. Also, this realization liberates us from fear and suffering rooted in attachment to egoic desires. Fear arises when we cling to the idea of a separate self, afraid of loss, change, or death. But if we see ourselves as consciousness itself, eternal and unchanging, then fear loses its grip. Life becomes a dance of experiences unfolding spontaneously within awareness. So this perspective invites you to live life more fully with presence in the now. Consciousness exists only now. Past and future are constructs created by thought. By anchoring ourselves in awareness rather than identification with fleeting phenomena, we access a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. So this is the meaning of Tattvamasi. Only consciousness is consciousness, and you are that. It encapsulates a profound truth about existence. It invites us to move beyond the illusion of a separate self and a person and recognize our true nature as the infinite divine awareness itself. And this realization dissolves separation, reveals our entanglement with all that is, and we transcend fear, cultivate compassion, align ourselves with the timeless essence that underlies all things and all beings. You are not merely a person having experiences, your consciousness itself experiencing everything, including what you call yourself. The freedom to be what you have always been, pure awareness, witnessing existence unfold spontaneously and with joy. Sat Chitananda, existence, awareness, bliss. Tattvam Asi. You are that.